In a couple of weeks, the Singapore Sports Hub will open its doors to the world, marking the completion of a state-of-the-art facility that will not only host the world's best athletes, but also serve as the catalyst to the vision of a sporting Singapore. In this week's Spotlight, Patwant Singh takes us through some of the major changes the sporting landscape is undergoing here.
To break the SEA Games record, he's not curbed.
Held her nerve.
The $1.33 billion Sports Hub is the catalyst to the Vision 2030 master plan to encourage Singaporeans to participate in sports and to strive for sports excellence. Beyond that, the government is also setting aside billions of dollars to build new sports facilities in towns and neighbourhoods. The aim is to ensure that the majority of Singaporeans have access to sports facilities within a 10-minute walk. This is something that avid runner and long-time Sembawang resident Chong Ko Yu is looking forward to. The 32-year-old has to travel to Yishun to swim or run, as Sembawang currently lacks facilities for such activities.
Greater development of sports facilities such as a track, so that we can actually do our, running, our interval training, track, and perhaps even a gym, so that we can go and do our workouts in the gym. And actually, more importantly, I also appreciate if we could have a swimming pool.
People like Mr. Chong will be cheered by the government's pledge to provide community-based sporting venues under the Sports Facilities Master Plan. The Sports Facilities Master Plan will have 4 tiers of venues to cater to sporting needs at national, regional, town and neighbourhood levels.
Tier 1 comprises of the Singapore Sports Hub and National Training Centres. Tier 2 will feature regional sports centres boasting a wide variety of facilities. Tier 3, meanwhile, will see the creation of town sports and recreation centres, serving growing towns and featuring a diverse array of sports. Finally, Tier 4 will feature community playfields and dual-use school facilities sited within HDB precincts.
The master plan involves the building of new facilities, as well as the rejuvenation of existing ones. For example, people living in Punggol can expect a new regional sports centre in their backyard, while Ang Mo Kio residents will see their swimming complex transformed into a wet playfield. Elsewhere, Sembawang will have its own sports and recreation centre, which will be part of a future one-stop community hub. Residents in Jurong, meanwhile, will enjoy new sporting spaces as the town undergoes its neighbourhood renewal programme. Facilities aside, the government is also starting a new national movement for sports. Called Active SG, the aim is to allow Singaporeans of all ages, all walks of life and different levels of ability to participate in sports. This means that anyone can walk to a sports centre and there will be programs that he or she can sign up for. They can learn to play a new sport or join a community league.
Come April 26, Active SG will be officially launched here at the Jurong West Sports and Recreation Centre. This was also the venue where a 6-month-long pilot project was conducted from August last year. 10 sports were offered to the members of the public to see which proved more popular.
For popular sports like badminton, finding an indoor venue to play in can sometimes be a frustrating affair, as courts are usually booked well in advance. But not in the future. For a small fee, the venue is pre-booked for residents who just need to turn up with their gear.
Usually you cannot book any court, even like 2-3 weeks beforehand. Yeah, so having a place for us to play is good.
Don't have someone to play with? No worries. Future sports facilities will provide enthusiasts with a playing partner.
First of all, it's quite awkward. You just stand in the court down there and then go approach people and say, hey, can I play with you guys? And that sort of thing, But there's an interest group. I mean, there's an avenue there where people just sign up and just come.
Interest groups have been set up for several sports and activities, including badminton. But if conventional sports are not your cup of tea, new programs are being introduced to encourage Singaporeans to be active in sports. Masala Bhangra is one program that could spice up the sporting scene as it makes its debut in Singapore. A total body workout originating from the United States, Masala Bhangra is a hit with some Hollywood celebrities.
Okay, it's a workout that combines the Punjabi folk dance with the acceleration from Bollywood itself. So it's a mixture of both masculine and feminine workout together. It's a mix of workout, okay, and it's catered for all ages and all fitness level, all gender.
Apart from the novelty factor, such forms of exercise are usually held indoors. This will likely appeal to those who do not fancy the idea of sweating it out in the sun.
Our climate, probably is something that is an important consideration factor. Yeah, so studio-based activity is probably good for Singapore.
But ActiveSG is more than just about getting Singaporeans to engage in sporting activities. The government hopes the activities can serve as a platform that connects the community. At the ongoing community games, those who are not sporty can still be involved as volunteers.
Our volunteers here are those people with the passion of different sports. So as these community games become yearly continuity, and today we look at that, it's become more and more people coming in, enjoy doing it, not because of competition, but because of together, after the game, they have something else to bond together and do some other more interesting things.
Community participation aside, what about sports at the elite level? For starters, National Sports Associations or NSAs are given greater flexibility in how they use their annual funding. Also set up an innovation fund. $25 million will be set aside over 5 years. The aim to get NSAs to come up with ideas to promote long-term participation and excellence in their respective sports.
The Singapore Rugby Union is one NSA hoping to tap the fund. The association hopes to use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, to improve players' performances.
Rugby has plans to use the GPS tracking system for sports and exercise conditioning, which is a very innovative approach which is being used by the top rugby teams of the world in terms of tracking the exercise condition of their players, plus also at the same time tracking when they peak, when they perform, and when they should be in fact substituted in a match.
How NSAs can use the Innovation Fund will be revealed in June. Indeed, exciting times lie ahead for Singapore sports.
And before I leave you, look out for the new 1-hour format of Singapore Tonight, starting tomorrow with hosts Stephen Chia and Don Tan. And thanks for your company on Singapore Tonight. Good night.